Today we're here to discuss about a book that we have chosen, which is called The Diary of a Wimpy Kid, and it is authored by Jeff Kinney. In our discussion, first we'll talk about the plot development, and secondly, we'll talk more about the writer of the book has managed to convey messages to readers, and finally, we should give some suggestions to alter the plot in order to make the themes of the book to be more outstanding. Firstly, let me introduce some about the plot. The story starts by telling us that, giving an introduction to tell us when we read this book, we should treat it as a journal, but not a diary. And the focus of this book is the piece of cheese in the basketball court and Brett's school life. Also, as the book is written in the diary format, according to a timeline, the writer will give some celebrations and festivals like Halloween and Christmas.
As you have mentioned the celebration festival, I remember how Brett and Rudy celebrating the Halloween in a special way. For example, they wear a special costume, like wearing pinos on their heads, but they want to be a Spider-Man. As being a child, he wants to get more and more candies. Their target is hitting 152 houses in 3 hours. But Brett must lead them to go with his little brother, Manny. Undoubtedly, this slowed down the process of trick-or-treating. Eventually, they just hit one house for 20 minutes. Besides, they also need to fight against the youth game. For example, they act as they will call the cops to arrest the youth gangs and protect themselves. In Chinese, there is a proverb, which means the fortune cannot keep long. I think they must have some arguments with each other in their daily life, although they have a good friendship.
Yes, that's true. After the Halloween night, Henry and Rolly's friendship is starting to fall apart. Henry invents a game in which a person throws a football to make another fall off from the bicycle. Rolly falls off and he breaks his hand. The girls in the class care about Rolly very much, but they ignore Gary. Gary is jealous of the attention Rolly is getting. Also, Rolly and Gary together create a comic strip called Sumi Mama. The teacher in charge has minor edit on Gary's work. The truth is, Gary cannot even recognize this when it prints on the school paper. The classmates call him as the teacher pet. However, the classmates treat Rolly in a totally different way. They love Rolly comics and make him very popular in the middle school. He became himself as the only owner of the comics, so their relationship is worse.
Their relationship even becomes worse and worse. Once Greg wears Rolly's hat while he's walking the kids home. He plays bombs on the kids' back, and this scene is solved by once Rolly's neighborhood. She misunderstood that it is Rolly and reports this to the principal. Rolly is punished by the principal, and Greg feels guilty. So he told Rolly the truth. On the following day, they are called to the police. They are called to the principal's office. Rolly gets a promotion from the principal, while Greg is being punished by him. Greg thinks that Rolly betrays him and starts the Cold War.
Let me continue the story. Near the end of the book, though the relationship of Roy and Redmond is really bad, but something happens and changes it. There are some gangsters bullying Red and Roy. In order to settle down this thing, Rolly ate the cheese that I've mentioned before, and as there is a curse of cheese touch, Red admitted he has touched the cheese, and both of them have sacrificed for one another once, and finally will become friends again. Okay, then shall we move on to the next part of our discussion about how the writer of the book has managed to convey messages to readers. I think that this book is telling us that about teenage problems and friendship, and there are many numerous lovely examples. It can help us to recall our memories and experience in our high school life. let me give you an example. At the middle part of the book, Brad and his friend was staying at the grandma's house celebrating Halloween. And the gangster, Brad and his friends made some tricks to a gangster outside his house. And in order to take revenge, the gangster messed up his house, and I think that it is a likely example to illustrate teenage problems. Do you think so?
I agree with you. Another life example, which many of us may have experienced, shows how important friendship is. Brody and Gregory start the Cold War after they are being called to the principal's office. Brody starts to hang out with other guys, and Greg feels so jealous when he sees Brody hanging out with others. Greg also hangs out with others. After that, Brody will feel jealous and knows how important he is to Brody. They both treasure their relationship, but they are not willing to apologize and be the one who's around. Luckily, the cheese touch incident forced them to face each other. Greg admits that he is the one who threw the cheese away, though it is actually Brody who swallowed the cheese. Greg protects Brody from being isolated, and they become friends again.
Besides of using lively example, I think the writer also used exaggeration to make the plot even more entertaining and hilarious. I think we usually enjoy reading funny things. The reader around the world admire this funny writing style. So that's why the Magazine Times chose this book, The Diary of the Wimpy Kid, as the bestseller of the year. First, using exaggeration make the message behind more remarkable. For example, we can see that it starts by telling us that Gregory is stuck with a bunch of morals, and he described his classmate as a gorilla who needs to shave twice a day. I think it's quite funny to describe a person as an animal, so we can know that bullying is such a serious problem in the industry.
Yes, you're right. Having sense of humor and using daily experience as example can catch the memory of the readers. As you guys always talk about cheese touch, let me describe what it is. Actually, cheese touch is a cheese placing on the basketball court, but it has become gangrenous. If you touch the cheese, no one will talk to you, and no one wants to have a single touch with you. I would think that this idea is quite funny, but it is a kind of campaign bullying. Let's move on to the next topic. How to make the theme of the book more outstanding. As this book has two messages, friendship and peers problems among teenagers. I would think that if we can alter the plots, we should really focus on these two messages.
In my opinion, I think that Felix is too wimpy at the end of the story. He is isolated from others because the classmate thinks he has touched the cheese, but the one who actually touched it is Wally, and he even swallowed it and touched it. But he remained popular, and in the middle school while Greg is lonely. I think as Greg has helped his friend, he deserves a better ending. Maybe we can change the plot that they will help Greg to swallow part of the cheese. Although both of them are isolated from others, Wally appreciates what Gregory did, and they become friends after all. I think the new ending can emphasize the bonding between them, and the reader knows that friendship is paramount no matter what happens.
I see your point. I think your opinion is quite relevant and disgusting. Also, your opinion does not match with the theme of this book. If I were you, I have another new idea. As I've mentioned, the plot should mainly focus on the theme of the book. I think that we should setting up the sense of the plot is the Greg and the Rose are bullied by their classmates, since they believe that the world has the center pause.
I've got an idea about Brody and Greg are being bullied by their classmates. and they act as good children because they want to get the present from Santa Claus. Their classmates knew their idea, and thanks they are too childish and began to isolate them. Brody and Gregory are so sad, and they want to rebuild their relationship with their classmates. So they start to create their own comics, hoping that others will appreciate their work and make friends with them again. But it takes a long time to rebuild their relationship between them and their classmates. And during the time, the relationship between Gregory and Brody even became worse, as Gregory is dubious about Brody's comics popularity.
I'm with you on this point, as your idea fits the theme of the book, which is about teenage drama. I think that as we grow up, we will not believe in Santa anymore, and we know that we will not have any presents from Santa. And so I think in the story, if we alternate the story again, we can show that Red and Ron are childish and naive. Their classmates will not handle with them, and eventually they will become isolated. And the story goes on, and they write comics and having to be more popular again, and it can be a solution with their friends, and telling the readers that we should be confront our problems, and no matter what problems do we have, and to attract people's eyes. And this is my point of view. Do you agree?
Exactly. You see my points. I think that bullying is quite happening. It's always happened since campaign bullying is often happen in the college nowadays. As time is running out, we end up here. Let me have a short conclusion of that. In this meeting, we have discussed the plot development of this book, Diary of the Wimpy Kids. And we have talked about the book messages. Friendship is invaluable, and peer problems among teenagers always happen. Also, if we were the writer, we will author the plots which will mainly surrounding the messages, and we will mention the bullying in the campaign. This is the end of our discussion.